Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's David Perky at David Perky VO on Twitter. I've had a lot of voice actors ask me, "Hey, how do you make the demo card for your voice reel?" Well, today I wanted to show you using Canva. It's the program that I have used for a long time, and I find it very, very helpful. So let's get started. There's a lot of different ways to do this, as there is with any art form, of course. But today, let's focus on something simple. So let's focus on a template. Now, if you just have Canva free, you're not going to be able to access all of these features, but still you're going to have quite a bit of access even with the free version of Canva. So you're going to be well set. Let's just start with a poster, okay? And we're not going to do anything too crazy here. I'm just going to put together a little something so you can see. I clicked on the blank poster. Now over here on this side, we have all sorts of options. We got the templates that you could start from, because we could start with something like this, and that would just be added here. Already looks very pretty. I'm going to undo that though. What if we went to elements? Now, of course, if you don't have the pro version, there will be ones that have the little crowns that you cannot use, but like this right here, this beautiful flower crown, free. It doesn't have a crown next to it. So let's say with my animation reel, I wanted to focus on dragons, okay? Well, I would type in dragons into this element, and this is my all option where I see all sorts of dragons. But what if I just want photos? What if I want something a little bit clearer? Well, immediately, this is very cool. Let's just grab this and see what it looks like. Now, obviously, I've got a weird format that I selected as a poster. You can, and this is a pro feature, but you can also do this by going back to all of these different options, and you can essentially select how you want it to appear. We can also just change that over here, though, in the resize feature. And what if I wanted this to appear like an Instagram post, so like a square? Well, I can just resize this and change this over, and now it's going to actually switch it up. There we go. So let's say we want to start with that. And I'm a bit of a D&D fan myself, so this is great. This looks awesome. And we already have a great background going on, but it's still a little boring, right? And it doesn't say anything about us as an individual either. So let's jump back over here to the elements, and let's look at frames. Now, when we pull up a frame, it's going to give us these blank things. Let's say we want a bit of a circular frame. Just clicking on it's going to drop it in. We can also drag it, but let's resize it like this. I want to actually put this, as cool as that dice is, I want it to look like I'm the main focus of this. So we can just pop that over it, and then we can head over here to uploads. Now, I've already uploaded some things. I've been using this program a lot, but let's say, for instance, I want to use this. Well, I can just click on it and it'll appear, but if I grab it and drag and hold it over there, it's actually going to drop right in here. So now we have me, but that looks a little jarring, right? Like we just have this beautiful dragon, and then there's this circle. What if we wanted black flames circling it? Let's see what option there is for that. Well, maybe a black flame circle. Well, if I could spell circle correctly, that would be super helpful. So immediately we see here, we see this. What if, let's see, so this is a pro feature, but yeah, I kind of like that. Now, we don't want to drop it into the actual photo, so we'll stay out of that. But no, that's not what we want. Maybe we want something a little bit like that. It's already looking pretty cool if we're going for that. But what if I don't want it? Well, I'll select it, and then I can just hit delete or backspace, depending on what you're using. That'll go away. What if I want something a little bit more simplistic? Well, I can scroll through these options here. This would actually be a little bit more, but it might be a little bit more eye-catching too. What if we drop this in here? We'll resize it to where it can fit. Oh, that looks nice. That immediately draws the eye, right? And you've got the dragon in the background. Okay. All right. We like that. Now, there's a couple different options we can do here. If we wanted to just make a card and then export it off to an audiogram, that would certainly be an option. However, we can, instead of doing that, we can actually combine everything onto Canva here. So what if we change this instead, now that we've seen a little bit how this works, what if we treat this as a video? What if we change that up to a video? Well, now that's going to give us the option here. Not only does it expand the layout, but it's also very importantly going to give us the ability of time. We can extend however long that movement lasts. That's super duper important because I know that the audio I've already recorded in my recording software is going to go against this, and I know it's about that length. So let's swing back over here, and I think I just backspaced. That'd be super awkward if I did. I did not. We are good. Let's go all the way back to the beginning, and let's click here. And then we're going to jump over to our uploads. We're going to go to the audio, and I've already gotten my reel already prepped up here, but you would hit upload files and toss that into there. You'd search through your files and pull up the one you need. It'll upload here. If I click on that, and I've already selected down here, we see my audio here. Now we've got this super eye-popping headshot, right? And we've got a movement drawing our eye to it. And as well, we can click this, and we've got it. We've got it working. We've got it working well. And so now we're going to go back over here. This is where the audio ends, so we're just going to drag this back. We're going to make this match perfectly. There we go. And let's go ahead and we have some beautiful artwork, but we don't actually know who I am, and that's super awkward. So now over here, you've got the elements, uploads, text, styles, audio, videos, background. Text is obviously what we're going to want to add next. We're going to want to add a heading. And this one, let's put that up here. And again, there's certain ones of these, like anything with a crown would be a pro feature, but all of these ones without crowns you can still use. Let's go ahead and grab this one right here. And David Perky, voice actor. I'm not really liking it, so let's grab all of this. We'll highlight this. Let's go ahead and change it to, what does this one look like? That's pretty cool. And then we can stretch it out. We can center it. Let's also make it a little bigger, a little bit more eye-catching. Like that. I think the black's gonna fade into the background too much. Yep. So let's jump up here. You got all sorts of options up here, but let's jump up here and let's change it to, these are the document colors, but you also see you got the photo colors. If we wanted to contrast, but still kind of match the idea. That's a little too light, too little too dark. I don't think that's quite enough. That's better. Still not quite doing it for me. Let's also jump over to the effects. Let's grab a little shadow to it. It's popping off the page a little bit more. That's not what I want, so I'm just gonna hit done. And there we go. We're getting closer. I just don't think that color is going to quite stand out far enough. Let me jump all the way to... No, too much. We might have to go with... I think what we might do is we might do this green, but then in the effects, I think we might change the effects. I think we actually might go with a little splice effect down here. And that'll just draw it out even a little bit more. The background can be gray still. And that's not what we want. We want this to be clear. There we go. Maybe we don't even like the text. Maybe the text's just a little bit too unique. Obviously that makes it way too big. Let's drop it off to something a little bit more calm. How about this? A little too boring for me. Let's try this. Better. Ah, there it is. And since we resized, let me drop this back down. You can, of course, edit it just by typing in here and hit enter. Let's spread it out a little bit and grab it and recenter it. Okay, so we're looking pretty good now. We're looking pretty good, but we have we have who we are, we have our face, but how are they going to contact us? If somebody sees this in the wild, how are they going to actually reach out and want to hire us? Well, we need some contact information. So we'll probably need a subheading, and it tends to be pretty intuitive about trying to match colors and such. Sometimes that doesn't work though. Something I like to do too is I like to copy that and then paste it a couple times. So I'm actually going to have a lot of the same settings. But then I can drop over here And we know that my Twitter is at DavidPerkyVO. And we know I want to be able to be contacted on Twitter. So let's use that one. Let's put that center field here. What if I also grab this? And you know what? I'm going to get rid of that one. I like the size of this, so I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to probably need 3 more here, so I'm just going to separate them. You're going to see that this is actually trying to match all these together, which is super helpful. I'm going to move this one to the side for the time being. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, there we go. This one is somehow got bolded. Let's fix that. Okay, so now it's matching up here. Now let's say I want my email on there. And I know that is contact@davidperkyvo.com. Got a little too big there, so we can just stretch it out and recenter. There we go. And let's do one more. So we know this is getting a little too big here. Let's resize and recenter. And that one we dropped to 44.8. So let's match it. Always like it when it looks even. And then let's also make this one. Let's drag it over here. And let's also resize it to 44.8. And let's make this one... Oh, what should we make this one? Let's make it my YouTube David Perky Studios. There we go. Now we can look here. So we've gotten a lot of work done. We've got the basics done, but now it's the fine tuning, right? So you've got your name, who you are. You've got the ways to contact you. This text just isn't popping for me though. So I think we got to go a little bit more drastic here. I think this color has got to be something really strong. What about... There we go. What about a stronger green here? Or, you know, we got that. Let me try to match these even there. There we go. That's a little bit more evenly spaced. I don't think I like the splice effect, maybe. Maybe that's what I don't like. Let me try and getting rid of the effect. And let me try... This is what it's all about. So you're just going to keep trying different things here. And you're going to figure out what speaks to you, what you think is most professional. That's what it's all about here. And we don't want that. There you go. There's the differentiation of the texts here. We could even go so far as to add a background, but I don't think that resonates for me. We can change the color of that background. Do I like that more? It makes it pop, certainly. And you can even, let me come over here, and I can drag, and I can select all 3 of these movies as one piece. Drop those just below that, but then of course that makes that. So let me catch both of these, and I'll drop them one. There you go. Not half bad. Not half bad. Now, the rest of this is pretty simple. Obviously, you've got the audio that we've already added here. So when we play it, it jumps in. And all we have to do from there is jump over to the share button. Now, again, if you don't have the Pro feature, there will be less options when you download, but you'll still be able to download as an MP4 video, which is the most important. I believe it's MP4 and PNG. Looks like maybe even a couple of these are available still without the Pro feature. And then you just take download, and it's going to start downloading for you. And that's it. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button if this was helpful for you guys. Best of luck creating out there. Wishing you all the best in your careers. Happy creating.